Welcome back everyone to another Work Mix of First Impressions video. Today I will be talking about Hi-Fi Rush, the new action rhythm game from Microsoft. It kinda come out of nowhere, and seeing as it was on Game Pass for the PC, I decided I would give it a go myself. Again, as a warning, I will be using footage from the first two stages, so whilst there will be area enemy spoilers, I will try to avoid anything story related. So where do I even begin with Hi-Fi Rush? Honestly, I feel starting with the art style is the best way to go. It just oozes those PS2 vibes with its cel-shaded artwork. The bright and vibrant colours work so well in giving the world a high energy feel to the world around you, which is literally pulsating to the beat. As you make your way through the world, the style really creates some stunning moments. Characters are so full of life, their expressions are over the top and wacky, but it just works. This entire game world is inhabited with robots, and whilst you might think robot enemies and NPCs might sound a little boring, they're injected with so much personality and colourful vibes thanks to the art style.
You may have destroyed me, Stack, but my memories remain. Oh, what a good job it was.
It is a game that you truly need to stop and look at the backdrops as you go along because they are incredible. For me, the story so far hasn't been super gripping, but it doesn't really matter either. The game is much more of an experience than something you'll replay for the story. That isn't to say that it is a bad story, but it just comes second to everything else. I do like that you get a lot of world building through emails you find lying around the place, which really helps build up what the world around you is really like, as well as the side characters and bosses. That is something the game is super good at though, building the characters and the world with such wit and charm. Whilst right off the bat the game kind of reminded me of Scott Pilgrim with the humour and style, it slowly started to remind me more and more of Futurama, including our own lovable dimwit, Chai. So let us focus on Chai for a second.
That's good.
Whilst he has the brains of a Philip J. Fry, for me he is essentially the lo-fi hip-hop cousin of one Eustace Kid from One Piece.
Oh, that's bad.
Our endearing main character has magnetic powers that bring together scraps to make a super awesome guitar weapon, which kind of reminds me of Kid's powers and how he uses it to make his super arm weapon. I rest my case. And whilst we're talking about characters, I mentioned how the art style breathes so much life into the robot characters, but the dialogue they come out with is hilarious. Every character is voice acted and have so much individual personality to them. You can find one sat on top of a building, literally called Tanbot, who gets annoyed you're in the way of his rays while he tans himself. I found one who is enraged with pigeons and gives you a side quest to get rid of the pigeons, making his life difficult.
My discontent is gone. This treasure is yours.
I do the work and you get the prize. How nice.
We have a fridge who is both creepy and helpful, giving us hints as we go around, and who has a six-pack, quite literally. There is also the sexiest robot alive, or I hope to see more of, with his beard and its mysterious detective vibes.
A better place to work, and look at you, showing off.
Is this an HR matter?
Figures you don't see it. You think this encourages them?
There's also these two that remind me of those old rock'em sock'em robots stood off to one side just arguing with each other. They managed to give more life and personality to every robot in this game, with small throwaway bits of dialogue than some games give to their human cast throughout an entire game. How does it play like though? As someone who is deaf and has problems sticking to the beat, which is one reason I didn't find Metal Hellsinger all that fun, the game does everything in its power to help keep you on beat. I said before that the entire world pulsates to the beat, and every step Chai makes is to the beat as well. The UI moves to it, and you get cues to tell you that you're on beat as you move along. They also have a meter you can turn on that will show you the beat, so you can keep to it with that. The action part of it is fun. My kryptonite is platforming. I am terrible at it. But nothing in this game feels unfair or like I can't do it. No matter how much I might fail to jump on a platform, I know that I'll get there, and the mechanics are fun enough that it doesn't become frustrating to try. In the second area, there are moving platforms that I generally struggle to figure out the timing for the jumps, but the game just makes you determined to get it. So with an okay story, fantastic characters, and such an in-your-face art style, what else is there to talk about? Oh yeah, maybe the music. I so far haven't had the game off of streamer mode. Whilst I didn't plan on using music for this video for some reason, I stuck streamer mode on, but the music is a freaking bop and a half. With each level vibrating to the beat, it gets inside you and you find yourself moving to the beat whether you notice or not. And whilst the level music is amazing and the sound design is awesome, I also love the nods to Bill and Ted when you find certain items. It really is the boss music that amps up the hype. And that really is the big thing with this game. The music hypes you up from the moment you start and keeps you hype. And the boss music drops, and whilst I cannot find the timing for the bosses to get a good grade at the end of them, I am generally so hyped in the boss fights, I audibly get pumped.
Not bad. Very defense.
It's just such a charming game overall. Just looking at the hub world, or I should say hub rooms, shows how much love and care went into this game to make your playtime in-game as enjoyable as possible. You have a hangout where you can buy stuff from Peppermint. As a mural on the wall that updates as you do certain challenges in the game. You can find graffiti around the place that shows up in there too. And you can lie on the sofa and hear Chai's inner thoughts, as well as play with 808 the cat. It's just tiny touches like this that show so much passion for the game to make it something you'll fall in love with the moment you start playing. For a game that came out of nowhere, this game is an absolute joy and will be hard to beat this year. But that is all for me today. I'm super enjoying the game and can't wait to complete it. Again, it isn't a stream game, which you can probably tell from the clean recording of the gameplay, but I do play a variety of games on Twitch and it is my main focus, so give me a follow over at twitch.tv/aworker89. Since starting my work on the Chained Echoes video earlier this month, I've been really hyped about making these videos and have a few interesting ideas I want to try my hand on. Again, I make these videos more for me than anything else, and one day I might make a video to explain exactly why. But if you're enjoying the content or want to just show some support, feel free to subscribe over here and like the video. And as always, thank you for watching and bye bye.
Rhythm games are too hard. I want to relax, but you gotta time it right. I'll get back to work. Just one more game.